All right, so a while back I had done a tutorial here on Patreon using a logo. Now, it started with a vector graphic, and most of the time if you're working with the client's logo, they'll send you the logo as vector. Sometimes it's PNG, then you'll have to throw it into something like Illustrator, just some vector program to convert the logo to vector, meaning it's infinitely scalable. It's not pixel based, it's math based. So you'll hear the word vector a lot here in Blender. That means it's all math based and it's infinitely scalable, doesn't lose quality, things like that. So when working with logos, you primarily are working with vectors. Now, I'm making this as an exclusive tutorial and also a clarification on something I've learned recently on the much farther and way, way more controllable way to play with vector graphics here in Blender, because the biggest problem when you convert vector graphics is you have n-gons and you can't bevel and get nice bevels if you're working with n-gons. So what I'm going to do is I just went into Illustrator and I made a logo. Simple text. It doesn't matter. You can actually go on the internet and type in just vector graphics, pull one off the internet if you want to play with this yourself. So I'm just going to import SVG because that's what you're going to use, and logo. So now we have this thing. It always starts out really, really small, so you can just scale it up like that. And I like to use a primitive to sort of see if it's, a good size, and it's good size compared to that square, so we're great. So most of the time your SVGs will be sectioned out in groups. They won't be like one logo. And if you like that ability to sort of edit single, that's fine. But what I usually always do is I can Control J, which joins them together as one vector graphic. So usually I would just hit F3 and convert to mesh, but we're not going to do that. We're going to go down here and we're going to play with the geometry section. So first off, you're going to want to extrude. And now we already have a nice extrusion. I can Control A and apply scale if that does anything. And then now for depth, if you want to add beveling, you click it, you get this massive, ridiculous bevel. I'm going to hold down Control and bring that bevel down a little bit. And now we have a really nice bevel. And then you can see how some of this is like low poly. Up here on resolution preview and then render preview, bring them both up to 64, and you'll be back to that perfect, smooth logo. And now you have a perfectly great, smooth logo. Now, another thing is the anchor point is way over here on the bottom of the L. You don't want that. So you'll just hit Tab, and then I go up here to the Move tool. And then what I like to do is hit the tilde key to go to the very top. And we'll say it's at the edge of this G here, the middle anchor point. And it's already there in the middle. And now our anchor point's in the middle, and we can head to animation, design, whatever you want to do with logos. And yeah, and then if you're done and you need to actually convert it to a mesh, very easy, F3, convert to mesh, and now you have crazy n-gons, but you have perfect bevels, and you have beautiful logo. So that's how you work with vector graphics here in Blender in a very controllable, easy way. And you can also hit these little points here and do weird things, and you can't do that if you convert it to a mesh. So this is a cool little quick tip for you guys to play along with. If you want me to expound on this and actually make some cool designs with logos, let me know. I can do tons of stuff like that for the Patreon. So yeah, thanks for watching.